What's going on, you absolute beauties? So today I want to talk about everything related to high school fitness and what you should do if you're in high school, my top tips, all that. I literally knew nothing. Like if you're in grade 9 or something like that watching this video, holy fuck, you're ahead of the game. Or if you're in your middle school, that you're way ahead. I started working out when I was 16, so I was like going into grade 12. So I was almost 17. And if you're starting when you're like 14, you're way ahead. And when you're my age, you're gonna be way bigger than I am. So I got you, let's get it. If you guys gain some value to this, a like, subscribe if you want, and comment for the algorithm. Let's get it. Okay, so if you're in high school right now, you probably have a baseline level of dedication if you're watching this video, okay? A lot of people in high school don't, they just, I don't know, smoke, random shit. If you wanna do fitness in high school, you already have some dedication, so I applaud you for that. A lot of people don't. Because you're probably going to be a lone wolf in your fitness journey, maybe one buddy or something, you need to stay focused on your goals. You need to really just stay focused, cancel out noise. I know it just sounds so like, you know, Gary Vee type motivational bullshit, but it's true. Like you gotta, in high school, you're gonna have all these things, parties, drugs, whatever the fuck is going on. Like, dumb classes. High school is a joke anyway, the classes anyway. That's another video, but you gotta really stay focused on your goals in fitness, especially with your nutrition. So I'm guessing you aren't cooking your own meals like all the time, maybe like one or two, but cooking like maybe your parents cook you a nice meal at home. That's what I never, could track all my meals at home. So you probably will have a difficult time doing that unless your parents don't cook for you at all, or I don't know your situation, but I'm guessing it's hard for you to track every single calorie and weigh out every single food. That's okay. I don't want you to feel stressed that you need to be weighing everything out in high school right now. You don't. I didn't weigh a single thing out. You don't either, okay? That's more for advanced people. You don't need to track right now perfectly unless you're like really obese and you need to lose the weight. But if you're like, normal average guy or girl looking to put on some muscle, look better, maybe lose a little bit of fat, you don't necessarily need to track to the gram in high school right now, but eventually you're gonna have to if you want to lose a significant amount of weight. But don't stress too much about that, guys, because it's gonna be really, really difficult if you're not tracking your own meals. But this is a really good time to learn how to guess how many calories are in certain meals. So what I want you to do is kind of look up what you're eating on MyFitnessPal and take a rough guess of how much you have. Just do your best to guess the calories. Just try your best. I know it might be difficult. Try and look it up on MyFitnessPal. Just get used to tracking a bit. Get that skill going. Get it going a little bit, and try and maybe scan a barcode with your phone on MyFitnessPal. Just start the freaking tracking process. It will really help you further on. And why I don't put a ton of emphasis on tracking, other than your parents are probably cooking a lot of your meals and it's hard to track, is that you probably need to be eating a lot of calories and you're not really focusing on cutting. I don't recommend cutting in high school at all unless you're obese and you really need to lose the weight. I recommend focusing on muscle growth, 100%. You should be eating a lot of calories, not getting fat, but you should be eating at least at maintenance and in a small surplus. So you don't really need to track to the gram when you're bulking like that. You're probably not going to eat in this massive surplus. You'll just be too full. You don't need to stuff your face. Just eat till you're full. Eat till you're full. Eat a lot of food. Make sure you're getting in a lot of protein. That should be your main focus instead of just like stuffing your face with shit food. You want to get some whole foods in. A burger from McDonald's here and there is not going to kill you at all. It actually probably help you get some calories in, but you don't need to just stick with chicken, broccoli, and rice or any of that. But I don't want you to go the other extreme and just eat like McDonald's or super high calorie shit. High school is like the prime time in your life to be putting on muscle. You're a new lifter, you're growing, your hormones are crazy, they're all over the place. Like you're primed to grow, okay? Really like just focus on growing. Unless you're obese, there's always exceptions. But for the average male and female in high school, you should be focusing on growing muscle for at least like a few years before you really cut down. You can do a couple of mini cuts in between to make sure you don't get fat, but you don't need to focus on getting like shredded in high school. That should not be a focus at all, because you won't have enough muscle. I just made a video on this if you guys want to check that out, but you won't have enough muscle if you haven't built it up for a few years. Like when you just start lifting and you try and cut down, you're gonna look like a stick. I hate to break it to you, you're gonna look skinny. Yeah, your abs might show, but you're gonna still look skinny and kind of look like shit. Make sure you're getting in protein at every meal if you can. It doesn't have to be every single meal, but most meals, try and get some protein in. If you need to pack your lunch yourself, or I don't know if your parents are packing your lunch. I don't fucking know. I forget. But if you need to pack a high protein lunch, do it. There's no excuses. Get it done. Cook the night before. Don't go to the calf and get their bullshit super high calorie, no protein shit. Pack your own high protein chicken, and it doesn't have to be boring. Spice it up. I don't know. Make a stir fry with some chicken in it. Doesn't matter. Just get some protein in there, and don't go for the calf donuts or bullshit. Like I touched on earlier, you're gonna have to tune out the noise. So if you're eating in the calf and people are like, oh my god, like what are you eating? That seems so boring. Just like kind of rub it off. Like it doesn't mean you probably won't take it too seriously, but it can get annoying. Like when people start saying this shit all the time, it sounds stupid, but it's like they're shaming you for trying to be fit. That is a real thing. It happens to me. It happened. I don't put up with that bullshit anymore, but I used to. And people would just be like, oh my god, like why you're so obsessive, like just live a little, you're in high school. You're gonna get a ton of comments like that. Tune it out, trust me. They're gonna be fucking obese and not know what the fuck they're doing and look like dog shit. When you come to college or university, you're gonna look like an absolute Greek god or goddess if you're a girl watching. And you can still go to parties and everything like that. I'm not saying you have to cut that out. Just make sure you're kind of tracking your alcohol, maybe roughly. Have a rough idea, so you don't, get in a huge calorie surplus. But in high school, you don't do as much drinking as you would in college. So I'm not going to go over that a ton. Illegal anyway, but who cares? So yeah, just make sure you have a rough idea of the calories you're getting from alcohol if you do decide to drink, so you don't make sure you're in like this huge surplus. In the gym, I want you to be focusing on the compound lifts, like bench press, rows, overhead press, deadlifts, squats, that kind of stuff, instead of just biceps and chest flies. Like I did that in high school for my first year of lifting. Yeah, I saw some progress because I was a new lifter, but I could have seen a lot more progress if I got stronger on the compound lifts. That's what you're going to be doing, okay? And don't follow a bro split. Please don't follow a bro split. Yeah, you're going to see results no matter what, so you're going to think it's working, but you could see way better results if you don't follow a bro split. And by a bro split, I mean you're hitting like one muscle group a day. You don't want to do that. That's just so not optimal. You need to spread out that volume, and you can hit each muscle group at least twice a week. So maybe follow 3-day full body split. That's perfectly fine. If you only want to go 3 days a week, you're going to see really good progress as a beginner. And this is a split I really recommend if you're just starting out in high school, or a 4-day upper lower split. If you're more advanced and you've been training for a while, maybe push-pull leg split, but you probably won't need that if you're just starting out. So don't worry about that. Full body and upper lower splits are the best to go if you're just starting out in high school. As well, I want you to focus on really feeling the muscle work. When I just started lifting, I really didn't focus on feeling the muscle work. I just kind of chucked up weight, especially on bench press. I just only did barbells, and that's a huge regret of mine. This pec is bigger now. It's not really noticeable anymore, but it is bigger because I did barbell and I was like benching really weird and didn't do dumbbell work, didn't do really cable flies. I all did like double work, like what the fuck's the word? Whatever. So you got to make sure you're doing unilateral work to work each pec individually, each arm individually, each lat individually. Make sure you're doing that because muscle imbalances are not fun and they kind of look like shit. Do your best to surround yourself with those who are bringing you up, those maybe into fitness as well. That would be ideal. If you're just hanging around a bunch of guys who are just into smoking, or girls who are just into smoking and just partying all the time, and you're not really into that as much, you can still party. Like I like to party, but fitness is like a real priority to me. I'm not going to the party unless I get my fucking workout in. So if that's the way you're thinking, maybe switch friend groups or try and be friends with people that are more on the same level as you, into the same shit as you, because if you surround yourself with those people, you're just going to get better. It's a real big thing. If you keep surrounding yourself with people who aren't on the same level as you and just want to do other shit that you're not really into, it's going to kind of bring you down and maybe get you off your goals a bit. So maybe hang out with some people that have the same goals as you. So in high school, the main thing I want you to be doing is eating quite a bit of calories and focusing on growth, not worrying too much about tracking, but just getting lots of protein in, lots of calories, getting stronger on compound lifts, tuning out the bullshit and focusing on your goals. Because if you do that, holy fuck, you come to university, college, you're going to look sick. Trust me, I wish I did this. I was ahead of most people. A lot of people didn't even get into fitness, but I started pretty late. So if you're starting in like grade 9, 10, even 11, yeah, you're way ahead of most people, and you're gonna look absolutely sick in the future. Just give it a bit. You're not gonna look sick in a few months. Don't expect that. It's gonna take time. So be patient. Don't expect your arms to blow up and like look like mine in a couple months. It'll take a while, but you'll get there if you keep this mindset and keep focused. Really hope you guys got some value out of this video. I wish I knew all this information in high school, so I really hope it does you well. You got some value and you apply it. I don't want to just give you abstract bullshit. I want you to apply this shit right now, because you're going to see a lot of progress if you do. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.